So, we've talked on a number of occasions with the Generation E Institute. Lately, we've been reminding you that the Generation E Institute is something of a business incubator in town. If you have a notion for a new business, they can help you think that through and get that started. And Kristin Brennan and Amanda Lankerd are back with us from the Generation E Institute this morning to talk about some of the latest things going on there. Good morning.
Good morning.
I have a story for you. So I got an email from somebody who said, I heard you talking with the Generation E folks, so had this idea for a business, and I've started talking to them, and we are so thrilled because we had no idea this help was there. That's what we're trying to do, is remind people that, if you have this idea, you can make it work. Some people just don't realize that this help is here.
Absolutely. And that person contacted me yesterday to tell me that he spoke to you. And
good.
He's being on the radio is the reason why he found out about us.
Right. The notion is that as we talked with folks about certain businesses leaving town, and it stirred up folks who said, it would be nice if we had more entrepreneurs out there who had a notion for making an idea a reality for business. And that sparked our conversations with you. Now, at least that one person has come forward and said, I do have this idea. Didn't know this help was here. There might be others too. Who knows?
Absolutely.
So let's talk about a couple of things that are going on at Generation E. One of them is as a result of the BC Vision, in particular, the Small Business Action Team at BC Vision. What's happening there?
There are a lot of things happening there to support and grow small businesses in our community. One of them is a small business mentoring program for women and minority-owned businesses. Back a few months ago, Jumpstart out of Cleveland, Ohio, was contracted to do a small business study for our community. So they looked at a variety of factors. They interviewed small business owners and entrepreneurs. And out of that, several recommendations came, one of them being a mentoring program for small businesses. So here we are launching a mentoring program for women and minority-owned businesses.
Yeah, so not only is there the notion that more small businesses would be good, and after all, right, a big part of the business market is small business, so we presume that there are more ideas along these lines out there for that. That while we have this assistance, we might as well take a look at where we stand with minority-owned and women-owned businesses, which we presume the statistics are lower than average, right?
They are. In Battle Creek, we have a little over 2,800 businesses with less than 100 employees.
Wow.
Yes.
Let that sink in a second. Okay.
Of those numbers, there are about 120 minority-owned businesses and 235 women-owned businesses. There isn't a good way of collecting that information, so we had to do a little bit of digging to get those numbers. But those are our baseline numbers, and we hope to grow those over the next few years.
Right. And when we come back in a minute, we can talk about what challenges there may be and why those numbers are skewed the way they are when we come back in just a minute on 95.3 WBCK. This half hour with Amanda and Kristin at the Generation E Institute, where, as we've just learned, a new mentorship program is ready to kick off for minority and women-owned small businesses and entrepreneurs. You'd like to identify these folks, right, within a certain time frame.
Yeah, so we have a few entrepreneurs that we've already identified as being our first few that we're going to pilot the program with.
Okay.
However, we're looking for mentors to be a part of the program because without mentors, we won't have a mentoring program. So we're looking for people within our community that are interested in giving back, that have about 6 hours a month to meet with a small business, an entrepreneur, to help them grow their business. And we have an application that we're asking interested individuals to fill out, and that's available on our website at genei.org.
genei.org, and we'll repeat that coming up here in a moment. So a person who could be a mentor for this program, maybe they don't realize they're a mentor. I mean, I think about that sometimes, that people out there don't realize they have they bring certain skills to the table that make them a mentor. Mm-hmm. Who are we really looking for here?
So we're looking for business owners, of course, but we're looking for individuals with industry experience. So if you're a whiz at accounting or financial planning, things like that, you may not know all of the aspects of running a business, but that's okay. We have entrepreneurs that are in need of just that assistance for financial help. Or if you're an attorney, mm-hmm. or if you're a salesperson. Sales is huge in a small business. If you don't have customers, if you're not selling things, you're not making a profit.
Yeah. All right. So think about that. And maybe you're the one who could be a mentor to someone who is a budding entrepreneur. So were you able to identify why the statistics are the way they are? Why, when we have thousands of small businesses, that only a small fraction are minority or women-owned?
Well, one of the underlying values of BC Vision is to provide equitable opportunities for all. And we know from our experience with entrepreneurs and from statewide and national statistics that women and minorities are significantly underrepresented when it comes to business growth. Mm-hmm. And that can be from a variety of things, from having access to capital, money to start your business. If you don't have the collateral, if you don't have the credit, then any kind of conventional bank loan is not an option for you.
Right.
And access to a network to share the information, to gain customers and clients. Women and minorities don't normally have that available to them. Getting in front of people is significant. And then for women, balancing the home family life is also a significant challenge. Traditionally, women are the individuals that are taking care of the kids and making sure that doctor's appointments are scheduled, and that takes a shift in culture.
Some of those traditional roles are still there, at least in part. Okay, makes a lot of sense, all of this. It's true. If you have an idea, but you're not quite sure how to present that idea or even how to finance a business, these are huge question marks that someone has that otherwise, without this mentorship opportunity, it may never happen. I have a friend who bought the business she now owns. She worked there already. It was already a woman-owned business, but even then, and with a demonstrated history, but even then there was a huge issue about financing and so on. There was a lot of hoops to go through, and that was a business that's already running. Now we're talking about ideas that aren't off the ground yet. There's some work to be done.
Yeah, we've heard over and over from the entrepreneurs that we work with is, oh my gosh, we're so happy that you're here. We're not alone.
Right.
And I think that support system is crucial when anyone is buying a business or launching a business or partnering on developing, growing a business. It's crucial to know that somebody has your back.
Right.
And that somebody can help you talk through some of those challenges that you're going through.
All right. So as Amanda said, there's an application if you'd like to be a mentor for the Generation E Institute's mentoring program for minority and women-owned small businesses and entrepreneurs. It's a partnership with BC Vision. Just go to genei.org and find that mentorship application. By the way, you are also in the business of trying to foster entrepreneurships in young minds. And there's an event that's been going on for a few years now that comes back, and we'll talk about that in just a moment on 95.3 WBCK. If you know a young person who has an entrepreneurial spirit, an idea maybe, I want to hear this, so bring them to the radio. We'll talk about it in just a second. .3 WBCK. We're here with Amanda and Kristin from the Generation E Institute. And one of the things for which you've become known in the last few years is something called the Student Business Showcase. Kristin, what is this all about?
So this year we're celebrating the 12th annual Student Business Showcase, and what this is completing the entrepreneurial pipeline in our community and inviting students from all over the state of Michigan, from our local community all the way up to 3 counties in the Upper Peninsula. Students, both middle school and high school, join us. They have gone through an entire Generation E entrepreneurship program where they've gone through idea generation, identifying their own interests, looking at a career pathway that they could eventually grow into. But kids like to make money now, so we give them the opportunity to start their own business at a young age. So at this, on May 10th this year, these students will join us and set up their pop-up businesses for the day. They will also compete for up to $5,000 in cash prizes and awards.
Wow. So, yes, they've been working on all of this. It culminates in this event where they get to showcase what they've been working on.
Yes, they do.
What are some of the ideas that you often see?
So we see a lot of food businesses,
Okay.
A lot of bakery businesses. We see some product businesses. Last year we had a young middle school student actually carve his own wooden spoon that would hang on the pot, so you no longer had to get your counter dirty. We've seen technology businesses, so tech support businesses of web design all the way to computer and phone repair, and those have taken off even past graduation, and they continue to run in our community.
Yeah.
So we see anything from, if you can think of it and dream it, it's probably come to showcase.
Well, I love those examples because a spoon on the side of the pot, somebody, how many times have we stood there, stirring our pasta or something and say, somebody needs to come up with a spoon that doesn't dirty the counter. And we laugh about it, but somebody said, let's do it.
They did, and it was a young middle school student. And so his business continues to thrive today with the support and resources from organizations similar to the Center for Entrepreneurship in his community.
Uh-huh. This event on May the 10th is open to the public, right? We can come and watch?
It is open to the public, and this year, we're offering the public to join us for our keynote speaker this year at 9:30 in the morning. We would start with welcome and proclamation, and our keynote speaker this year is Sarah Marie. She is the CEO and founder of SheFit, and she was a participant on Shark Tank and has been invested in by one of the sharks, so we are excited to have her.
An entrepreneur, of course, that can lend her expertise and be a bit of an inspiration, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. So this event then will have all of these participants. It culminates in the award. How do you decide the awarding of the award?
So the awarding of the award is decided by a team of volunteer judges. We are currently looking for 60 volunteer judges.
Oh, my.
We provide the rubric that is also provided to the youth participating, and they are judged based on best business plan, financial plan, marketing, advertising, most creative business, most sustainable business, an arts and culture award, environmentally friendly.
Wow.
And so the list goes on.
You listen to all those things and you realize all the things you have to think about. And it brings us back to the original discussion that you don't have to be overwhelmed with all this. There's help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So May the 10th, and that'll be at Kellogg Arena. Admission is free. You get to come and watch the young entrepreneurs do their thing. They've been working on this for some time, and it culminates in this event that starts at 9:30 on May the 10th. We'll be reminding you about it as time goes along, but kind of a fun thing to do. And maybe you'd like to be a judge. Who could be a judge, Kristin?
So we have judges that are business owners themselves. We have judges who work in financial institutions, people who just have an interest in kids, maybe former educators or current teachers. We train you to actually go through the rubric. So anybody who has an interest in business and education and kind of empowering and inspiring children to follow their dreams.
All right. So there you go. The training is part of the run up to the judging. So you're just going to show up and say, okay, go over there and tell us which one you like best. Yeah. And of course, the Generation E Institute doesn't do that at all. They always are ready to help you. So why wouldn't they be ready to train the judges too?
And these students will be selling their goods and services. So
Okay.
the public should know that they should be prepared to spend some money
Right.
and also be prepared to these young people, they really know how to sell their products and services. So they will be approached many times by these students.
All right. They've been practicing, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, this is part of the whole thing. You've got to be able to sell it. So they're going to try. All right, May the 10th, and we'll be talking about this more before then, of course. But again, same website, I presume, if folks want more questions, right?
Yes.
GENEI.org. All right, Kristin and Amanda with the latest from the Generation E Institute in Battle Creek. Bottom line, if you have an idea for a business, a spoon hanging on the side of the pot, something like that might even seem small, it could be a business. So look at that website and get in touch with the Generation E Institute, and maybe they can help you make that a reality. All right, thanks for the update. And by the way, mentors too, for the special mentoring component at Generation E Institute. That information is on the website too. Thanks to you both.
Thank you.
All right, we'll stay in touch.